Hi Libra, welcome to your love reading for November 2019. I am replacing the love readings with couples counseling this month. And if you're not in a relationship but are in the process of trying to manifest one, perhaps you should stick around because there may be some information that you find useful. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for Libra. For my Libra friends, thank you that they look to you for guidance and ways to navigate the energies of their day-to-day life. Please show us as it relates to couples and counseling. Show us what it is that you would have Libra to see as far as the energies go that they'll be looking at throughout the month of November, and what your advice is for them along those lines. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. And we thank you for love, light, and prosperity in all these readings. Show us again what energies would it benefit Libra to check out or to focus on as they walk through the month of November as it relates to couples. Okay. The first energy is stand your ground. Moving on, and trapped in fear. Okay, Libra, let's see what this all has to do with. As I'm shuffling these cards, I want to thank everybody, the current subscribers. Our little community is just growing and growing and growing, and I am so humbled because to be a part of a community with so many people that are pretty much of a like mind. I thank you for that. I thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscribes, ringing the bell. If you haven't rung the bell yet, please do so. This lets YouTube know that this content is relevant. Also, if you're not a subscriber and you're just stopping in to check us out, glad to have you. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for showing us the energies that Libra will be looking at, or that they might benefit to focus on as we walk through the month of November as couples. Show us clearly, why are you showing us stand your ground, moving on, and trapped in fear? What is it about these energies that Libra should check out as far as couples go? Okay, so stand your ground is being clarified with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. And moving on is being clarified with the Six of Pentacles and the Sun. And then trapped in fear is being clarified with the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Stand your ground is when you have been through things. It's the same card as the Seven of Wands in the traditional tarot, but this is an oracle deck, and it gives a little bit of a different message. In the traditional oracle deck, you see somebody defending where they are, right? This person's not necessarily defending where they are. They know where they are, and they know they've been through some things, but they don't feel they have to justify who they are as a couple, because this is about couples counseling. You don't feel like you have to defend where you are as a couple, and you don't feel like you have to explain anything to anybody. Just for fun, I'm going to say this could be a fire sign and an earth sign together, where one's a little bit older than the other, and maybe that's what some people might feel defensive about, but possibly not you. You're just not going to allow yourself to do that because you know your relationship. Outside of that, outside of these two energies being one quite a bit older than the other, we have a lot of passion here. So this person, or you as a couple, when you came together, you're very passionate about each other. You're very passionate about learning about each other. It was more than, and whenever I say passionate, I don't necessarily mean in a sexual way. I just mean, you enjoy your talks, you have passionate conversations, you're inspired when you think of each other and those types of things. That looks like that's how your relationship was built. It was an inspired like when you think about the beginning, when you think about when you first met, it's like it breathes a breath of fresh air in you, and you get that feeling again of the passion and the excitement, and again, and sexually, yes, but also in other ways. Um, and it maybe has not progressed as fast as maybe one of you have wanted it to, or perhaps it hasn't progressed as fast as your friends think it should, whatever that means or whatever that would mean to you. But you're good in where you are, and you have brought into your reality a beautiful relationship that's worth standing up for. Okay? And here we have moving on. So I feel like whatever it is that So whatever it is that, and it could be, I'm feeling it could be something to do with a huge age difference, but whatever it is that you feel like you would have to stand up for yourself about, which you don't, the Spirit's saying, don't feel like you have to stand up for yourself. You know what you're doing inside this relationship. Nobody else knows what goes on in your relationship except you. So they're asking you to move on from whatever it is that that might be causing a hiccup in somebody else's eyes, because it's not in your eyes, right? They're saying move on from that fray. This is the same as the Six of Swords. So the swords are about mental conflict and about thoughts and communication and things like that. So I feel like somebody's trying to speak into your life about what your relationship should be like. And this is saying, move on into the smoother waters. Focus on who you know you are, and what you know is the truth about your relationship. And then it's showing, it's being clarified with this is another six. It's the Six of Pentacles, and that's about generosity, about equal give and take. And I feel like no matter what the issue is that other people are worried about, you know what you have, and there is equal give and take within the relationship. And perhaps it's because one of you is quite a bit older than the other, and it could be an older female with a younger guy, and people are freaking out, worried about it. So, but what this is saying is, you know what's going on, and you feel like there's some equal give and take in this relationship. Look, it's also saying you really feel like this is a soul connection. You two are very happy whenever you're together. Whenever you're together, you are it's like I want to say playmates, but I don't want you to take that in a childish way. But it's like you have fun together. You spark each other's intellect. Like you're on the same level emotionally and spiritually, and in all those other ways. It's like you're the perfect pair. And whatever it is that other people are worried about, you don't see it and you don't feel it, right? So I feel like they're saying to allow yourself to let other people's thoughts and worries seep into your head, that you'll end up being trapped in fear. You know, whenever we take on other people's worries, other people's concerns, whatever they are, it causes us to embody those same fears, that those thoughts end up seeping into our heart. And so what somebody else might have said, if you allow it to, it can come in and become your thought and your fear. So I feel like, again, because you're starting off with this stand your ground, they're saying right here, remember, if you start feeling that way, you're not really trapped. And if you start backing up off of the relationship, it's about you backing up off the relationship, because you're not really trapped. This guy can crawl right out of there. The eight is about the Eight of Swords, which is what this card is about being self-imprisonment. It's about being, you've got yourself imprisoned. You've got yourself in a place where you feel like you can't move. And it's It's truly only in your mind. It's not a true imprisonment. Like if you wanted to leave, you could. If you don't want to leave, you don't have to. Whatever it is, you've got your mind made up that something's wrong. And what they're saying is they're correcting me right now. You're not there right now. But what they're saying is keep yourself focused on what you know is true about your relationship. Move on from the thoughts and ideas that other people try to plant in. Not that they try to plant it in your mind, but everybody's got an opinion, right? Everybody's got something they have to say. Because this is the truth about the relationship, that there is equal give and take, and that you really do feel like this is possibly your soulmate. You're one, without a doubt. So they're saying if you allow other people's ideas and thoughts to penetrate your thoughts, or to if you adopt their thoughts, it can make you feel like you're trapped. So you're coming with, it's being clarified with the Five of Swords. That's about this, oh, it's not here. Okay. That's about conflict and defeat. It's about feeling defeated because of, look, these are the swords again, communication, thoughts, ideas, that kind of stuff. This card can also be about truth, but truth never puts us here. So since it's clarifying this card, it's more along the lines of other people trying to insert their opinion, their ideas into your relationship. But look, this is what it's telling you. You have to go back and look at where you've been and where you've come from, because you've overcome some things. I don't feel like this is your first rodeo. If this is an older woman with a younger man, right? You probably have friends that are saying things like, oh, he's just taking, he's just after your money, or he's just after, there's a saying, the younger man wants the purse, the older man wants the nurse, or something like that. So, people have sayings that they just throw out there without even thinking about it. And sometimes we allow that to penetrate us, but for whatever reason. So what it's saying is stay focused. Focus on where you've been and what you know about yourself and about the relationships you've had in the past, and how this one is different. Or what about it, or what is it about this one that you feel makes it solid compared to where you've been in the past, or whatever. Keep your mind focused on what you know is true, and not allowing other people to try to insert what they think is true about your relationship. Okay, so we're going to do the PS. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for the couples counseling for our Libra friends for the month of November. Show us the PS, please, that goes along with this message. Please show us the PS that goes along with this message for Libra as it relates to couples counseling for the month of November. We thank you for clear and concise messages, clarification, confirmation, and validation, and we thank you for love, light, and prosperity. Okay, look. So it's coming up with the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is generational wealth, legacy kind of wealth. So, but this is a love reading or a couples counseling reading. And so what that's telling me is that this is a solid relationship. And again, we can allow something really beautiful to be torn down by listening to the people around us. And it's not necessarily because they're trying to hurt us. Sometimes they truly live with fear in their heart about everything, so they're just fearing for you right now because they don't know. And what we don't know, we fear, right? Or they're just envious, or they had an experience, and they're going to project their experience onto you based on what happened to them in their situation. So remember that you're unique and that your relationship is unique. Your relationship is not the relationship that they lived. So there may be some similarities as far as demographics, age group, or whatever the habits or whatever the issue is. There may be whatever the like, say for instance, it is a younger guy, but he travels for work. And so they're saying, not only is he younger, but he's on the road all the time. You know, he's got women everywhere because whenever I dated, blah, 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 this is how it was. Something like that. So whatever they think the similarities are, on the surface, those things may be true. But in the heart of your person and in your heart, you're two different people than that friend and her person or his person. This is not the same. We all have a face and a nose and, you know, two arms, all that stuff. But we're not the same. You know, we all 7 billion people on the planet, none of us have the same fingerprints, right? So the intricate details of your relationship are not the same as anybody else's because you and your person are two totally different people. There's that card again. So, and in this particular, excuse me, this is the conflict of defeat again, right? So in this card, it was a clarifier. So it was kind of clarifying that when we allow other people's ideas and thoughts to come into our head, you know, we can adopt them inadvertently and then start having this fear. We put ourselves in a place where we worry. What's coming up again, and I don't think it's coming up again to reiterate, I think it's coming up again to say, this is my truth. And whatever your truth was, I'm sorry, but this is my truth. And I am going to walk in my truth, right? She's looking back. So she's looking back at the person who's trying to bring the negativity in and saying, no, I'm hanging on to what I know my truth is. I am going to stand my ground. I know what I'm doing. I know what this relationship is. Okay? And you're getting the Emperor. So you're a very wise person, Libra. And this isn't gender specific, male or female. Switch the roles however you need to. You're a very independent, solid person. So yes, stand your ground. You're the culmination of all the kings. Kings are visionaries. They're wise. They're leaders. But even in those, even when we have all those great qualities, we can still manage to find self-doubt. And if somebody wants to come in and plant that seed, sometimes we're real quick to adopt it and allow it to be part of our life. So, but it's reminding you who you are. Again, solid relationship. She's taking her truth. She's got that sword in her hand. That's her truth. And she's telling her friend, this is my truth. I'm sorry that it wasn't your truth for you, but it's my truth. And then this. And the very last thing I'm going to say is, even if it's your truth for a year or 5 years, 6 years, 10 years down the road, and then your friend comes back and says, see, I tell you it never lasts. Whatever. It's that you live your truth because you're this is you. This is all you showing up here. I mean, it's not your card. You're an air sign. I understand that. But this is you. This is you. This is you. These are very solid cards. Okay? So yeah, don't allow somebody else to interject their doubts and their fears into your life. And that's your couples counseling for the month of November. And I'm glad that you stopped in. And I can't wait to see you again next time. Till then, have a super duper day. Bye.